What's happening, people? It's your girl Minna. Welcome back to the channel. It's a different one today for what we learned. Manchester United versus Leicester in the FA Cup 4th round. Manchester United, by the skin of their teeth, just about managed to get the win. Another late winner. I'm running out of counting, guys, how many late winners we've actually scored under Ruben Amorim. But I'm going to be so brutally honest. Do not let the scoreline and the result fool you. Manchester United have a long way to go under Ruben Amorim to be an entertaining team, because let's be honest, guys, throughout most parts of the game it was a snooze fest, probably until the changes came on with Joshua Zirkzee and Alejandro Garnacho coming on. Now I'm going to start with the biggest kind of talking point is Patrick Dorgu making his debut. Now I felt like he added a lot of quality. Having him and Ahmad on the same side didn't make sense to me. You buy a left wing back to play him at right wing back. I understand that he's played at right wing as well before Manchester United actually brought him, but I felt like it created a lot more imbalance having him and Ahmad on the same side, and especially because I'm sure everybody knows, it's clear as day, Diogo Dalot does not offer anything as a left wing back. Now maybe as a right wing back he can kind of pull it off on occasions, but not consistently. And at left wing back, it's an absolute deficit. Manchester United are playing in a deficit every time Diogo Dalot is playing as a left wing back. So I would have thought Dorgu would play there, and then to get hooked at halftime, I can only hope that Ruben Amorim can explain that as well, that it's just, tactical, or it's just, slowly embedding him into the team, and it's nothing personal. Because to take him off at halftime, to put Ahmad at right wing back and leave Dalot on, for me, it was obvious. Dalot had to come off. But if Dorgu came off for a reasonable reason that Amorim can explain, then I'm all good with that. Now the next talking point for me is Joshua Zirkzee. Like, I'm really curious to see, when is he going to get a run of games at the 10 up front, whatever it is, because I feel like the more that we watch Rasmus Højlund, and I'm saying we, but I'm really talking about me, the more that I watch Rasmus Højlund play, it's very clear as day to me that he's not a striker. Like today I saw him call for a ball over the top from Lenny Yoro, and then when he gets the ball, he's making a run in an opposite direction. That kind of sums up Rasmus Højlund just as a striker. I feel like it's just chaotic. It kind of lacks he lacks direction up front, and that's not me really. I don't want to bash him, and I don't want to criticize him too heavily, because I do think there's a player in there, but I don't think it's a player that's kind of there to lead the front line for Manchester United. That's the most important thing. Someone that's going to lead the front line on a consistent basis. Now, Manchester United losing out on Matthias Tel. You see Kolo Muani absolutely flying for Juventus right now, and that's what probably maybe Manchester United needed in the front line. But I'm glad to see Joshua Zirkzee got a goal, kind of made the difference in the 10. It was nice to see him getting on the ball. For me, the biggest difference maker is Alejandro Garnacho. And you know what's funny, guys? Manchester United today had all 4 attacking options on the pitch, which meant there was no more attacking reinforcements to bring on if necessary. Is that not a big red flag? Is that not a big red flag that all 4 attackers that you have in the entire squad, not even just the starting 11, but all 4 attackers that you have in the squad is all on the pitch at the same time? And so if Manchester United didn't get that late equaliser thanks to Harry Maguire, then we'd be sitting here having a completely different conversation. But let's talk about Alejandro Garnacho quickly, because he is another difference maker for Manchester United off the bench. Impactful. Sometimes his decision making is a bit questionable, like this decision here where he could have squared it, but he chose to go for goal. And I get it, Man United up 1-1. You kind of see your name in glory, and that's where the difference is for me. For more experienced and seasoned players, they'll make the right decision there. Alejandro Garnacho will probably continue to learn as well the more he gets to play. But again, impactful off the bench, influential with his decision making, bar maybe that one decision, and was really getting involved in kind of carrying the front line if necessary. You saw quite often Man United going for that switch to Garnacho's side. Again, another game where I felt like Ahmad struggled probably to get out of the gear too, but maybe he doesn't really have a lot in the tank at the moment, and that's kind of a straight factor when you kind of been carrying the front line for a long time. And we already know Amad Diallo is his most impactful, and he kind of influences the game the best for Manchester United when he's at right wing back. And big credit to Bruno Fernandes, man, keeps on bailing Manchester United with big assists and big goals. And Harry Maguire, listen guys, that was so offside. Let's be 100% honest with ourselves. That was clearly offside, but we have to take those when it comes for Manchester United. Now for me, the biggest question is the decision making, or kind of with Patrick Dorgu playing at right wing back, what is Ruben Amorim trying to experiment with? There was moments in the game where I saw Man United playing with a flat back 5, guys, a flat out out back five. It wasn't no back three nonsense. It was a straight up back five. And for me, that is very passive. Why are we playing passive against Leicester? Leicester, for big passages of the game, I felt like had Manchester United on their heels, and in particular that goal, nobody tracking Ndidi. Kobbie Mainoo falls asleep, and look how many players are around Bilal El Khanous, and he's still able to get that cutback across goal. Manchester United stay conceding from cutbacks, and they stay conceding as well from set pieces, and today they just happen to concede from a cutback. It's a very lucky one, if I'm not gonna lie. Ndidi gets the shot, and Onana makes that save, and then it just bounces off the head of a Leicester player. It's very unlucky, but in the build-up to that, Ugarte losing the ball in Manchester United's own final third with two players around him and so many Man United options next to him, and he tries to dribble out of possession, which is not necessarily his strongest suit. And then, like I said, Bilal El Khanous, here's a screenshot here, just manages to get a ball across the box with so many Man United players shifting towards the right-hand side. Listen, I'm very worried, I'm not going to lie, with Manchester United. For me, I've already said it, Premier League season done. You know, if they get far in FA Cup, cool. If they get far in Europa League, cool. For the most important thing is getting a stamp of passages of play and identity, because that's what a lot of fans have wanted for so long. They've wanted to see identity. They've wanted to see the team play a certain way. Ruben Amorim, before the game, talking about Ruud van Nistelrooy and Erik ten Hag, saying, you know, that they were able to get better out of this team in training. I don't know if that's him indirectly saying that this team is dead, or if he's saying maybe he can't coach this team. I really don't know. But Ruben Amorim needs to get a stamp on the team as soon as possible. He's got his first piece of the puzzle, which is of course Patrick Dorgu, and hopefully in the summer maybe more pieces to come. But listen guys, football is always results based, and as long as Ruben Amorim keeps kind of chalking out these results with these late winners, and some of us might even say, you know, the second goal shouldn't have standed, but as long as Man United keep kind of getting those wins, these are the kind of wins that's going to keep Ruben Amorim in the job long enough for him to be able to get, you know, more time to kind of influence the team and show his style of play. I've seen people asking questions already about Ruben Amorim, about the style of football, the passive approach when it comes to teams like Leicester, when it comes against the teams like Brighton, teams like Fulham. Man United approaching it so passively. And my biggest worry, like I said, is the absence of Lisandro Martinez, because we do not really have anyone that's able to play out of the back like him. You'll see it. I feel like over the coming games, we're going to see the biggest impact, or we're going to see the impact of Leicester missing so much, trying to progress the ball. And today in particular, I feel like Bruno played in midfield because of that. Of course, we've seen Bruno playing in a lot deeper role lately, but I feel like that was another factor as to why Bruno played there. Now, let me know your thoughts down below. Listen, guys, it's going to be a long season. It's going to be a long season. There's only 4 months left of the season, or maybe even less than that. And I cannot wait for the season to be over. I cannot remember the last time Manchester United played a dominant game under Ruben Amorim. It was probably that 4-0 win over Everton on the 1st of December. And we're like in the 7th or the 8th of February. I don't even know what the day is, guys. That's how much United have me all over the place. But listen, guys, be sure to hit the like button. Be sure to subscribe. Manchester United 2, Leicester 1, on to the next round in the FA Cup. Was it fluky? Let me know your thoughts down below. And if you're new here, please do subscribe.